me trying to get through ramps and fix my. Does my mic sound okay to you guys, or upstairs?
I don't have it.
Yeah. They haven't said anything about it though, right? Okay. It's super sensitive, at least to my ears. I don't know why. I'm gonna ask you to wave. It's not whatchamacallit. It's not volume, but they're gonna put it all together later. Fix my hair there.
That makes me nervous. I know. I like seeing that. I know. I think it's the Panasonic plate up on top. Yeah, it's all over. To heaters, right? It doesn't look like a leader. Exciting times.
So Marpet, their offensive lineman, has missed 2 games in a row.
It's under the platform. Yeah.
McCaffrey right up the middle, running free. A lightning ball. And he leaps and somersaults into the end zone. Right up the middle, running free, may score. McCaffrey takes it home.
Welcome to Panthers Pregame Live, presented by Bud Light. We got a live look at the team arrivals. Team arrivals are presented by Coca-Cola. Love to see the guys getting here, showing off their game day looks. Robbie Anderson is always going to come in something special. Love to see it. The Panthers are hosting the Buccaneers. It's the second divisional matchup with the Bucs this season. It's happening here today at Bank of America Stadium. Little foggy, little windy out there, but we are ready for some football. It is great to have football back at Bank of America Stadium. Hadn't had a home game since Thursday Night Football. Kristen Balboni, Kurt Coleman. It feels like it's been a while, right?
I know. The football season goes by so fast, and the games happen. You're like, wait, have we been home in a while? And it's been such a long time, especially playing on Thursday. It feels so much longer.
It does. It does. Well, we are excited for this game. The Panthers certainly looking to even the score against the Bucs. They lost to them in week 2. We love having our virtual fan room. We know limited capacity at Bank of America Stadium for every home game, but we love having our virtual fans with us. I'm sure we'll be seeing them throughout the show, and they get to be on the big board during the game as well, which is always great. Here they are. Hey, guys.
There we go. You know, I was able to get some feedback too. Some of the fans were able to reach out to me, and it was really cool to kind of have that connection of, they said, why can't I get more airtime? I'm saying, hey guys, it's not up to me, but I'm glad you're a part of it and being a part of the virtual fans.
Kurt, you call for it at any time during the show, and we'll go to it. Guys, we really appreciate it. Always love getting to see our virtual fan room during Panthers pregame live. Another big thing that's going on here outside of the game is that it is salute to service. So Kurt and I just wanted to start off the show by saying thank you so much to our military, our veterans. My brothers are both Air Force members, so it hits home today. Yeah, it hits home today, so we just wanted to say that. Yeah,
thank you also to my family that have served and all of the men and women that have been out there that have served, that will serve, and that continue to serve. From my heart, and I know from Kristen's and all of Panther Nation, thank you very much for what you do and what you have given us for the freedoms and the ability to stay up here in this luxury studio and be able to give you the game today. So thank you guys, and men and women.
Absolutely. Well said, Kurt. All right, of course, the big news this week for Panthers fans, it's some unfortunate news, is that there is no Christian McCaffrey. He was able to return from that high ankle sprain last week, and then at the end of last week's game against the Chiefs, he hurt his shoulder. So he is working on that. The Panthers will be without him today. But the good news is when the Panthers went on that 3-game winning streak, it was without Christian McCaffrey. So they know that they are capable of running this offense with Mike Davis and all the other offensive weapons, and they are looking for a win here today, Kurt. 4 straight losses. They've been in every single game. We're going to hear what the team has to say about that, and they are not happy with the outcome. And they are, they want to do more, and they want it to start here today. But if you were a veteran on this team, what do you say to the guys going into this one?
I think the most important thing that you have to talk about is this. When you are going into each and every week, they talk about being 1-0 every week. Well, that is the mantra. They had a successful 3-game win streak. So it's not replicating anything. You're not trying to redefine the wheel. It's just about refining what you've been able to do. And it's all about execution. We've talked about these last few games, and they've lost by 7 points or less these last 4 games. So then it's about, hey guys, we just have to over-execute just a little bit more, strain a little bit more, and they'll be able to do that and get those wins. But don't try to do anything new or unnatural that you haven't done before. Do what you do, but do it better.
The big thing we heard from Matt Rule, I like that, just do it better. But that is what Matt Rule and the players have been saying. We are right there, we are right in it, we want to turn this corner and put it all together. Here's what they said about 4 losses in a row not being good enough.
We just want to make sure that, we're representing this brand, being an example of this brand. Each day we just come in with this mindset to try to get better, be 1-0 each week. The past couple of weeks, have been some tough losses, but we get another opportunity this Sunday.
We lost 4 games now, so if you don't think we're plenty motivated, then something's wrong with that. So you'd be pissed off all you want, but at the end of the day, you got 2 pissed off teams coming in ready to battle each other.
When we play at home, we have a chance to play in front of our fans. We have a chance to play in front of our family and our friends, and it's an opportunity for us this Sunday. We know we're becoming a better team, and it's a chance for us to go out and play our best game in front of the people who care about us and whom we care about. So. I would expect our guys to play really well this week at home.
We just want to win. We don't really care too much about having the league on notice. So whatever the case may be, it's all about us. We just want to play our best brand of football. We want to go out there, play a good game, play tough, play hard, come out with a win at the end of the day. That's all that matters.
They are hungry for a win, no doubt about it. Kurt, you're a fashionable guy. You always get compliments on the suit combos when you come in here from everyone that works with us behind the camera. You're walking down, the tunnel, and people are going, oh, you got a great outfit on. So what did you think about Teddy Bridgewater wearing the ref uniform to his press conference?
I love it. I love the fact that he can say, look, we have had 4 straight losses. I'm still going to come out and have some fun. I'm going to be my normal self. And I'm going to throw some flags on people that are throwing some unnecessary questions out there. All right. But Teddy has a great job, great person. The team loves him. And there's a reason why this team is going to be successful. And it's because Teddy Bridgewater is leading this team.
That's true. Another big reason why we know this team will be successful is Matt Rule. He took some time before the game, as he always does, to answer some of our questions. Here's what he had to say just moments ago.
All right, so matchup number 2 against the Bucs. In the first meeting, Teddy Bridgewater sacked 5 times. Tom Brady, none whatsoever. Obviously, a lot of games were decided in the trenches, but is that something specifically we should be watching today?
Yeah, You know, and I think Tom Brady's pretty elite at not getting sacked, not getting hit. I think the thing is we have to get pressure on him. We have to rush him. But most importantly, we have to protect Teddy. We have to keep him upright. We have to keep him in rhythm. We'll have guys open. Guys will get open today. We just have to make sure that he's comfortable in the pocket.
In the secondary, you got Justin Burris back yesterday, Rasul Douglas last week. How nice is it to have a relatively healthy secondary core to choose from facing these guys?
It feels great. And, you know, you hate when guys go out, but when they do, some other guys get some experience. So now we have a plethora of guys that we trust, and we're going to put them out there. They have a great receiving core. We'll have to play well in the back end, but I think our guys are ready to do that.
Mike Davis gets another start today. How helpful has it been to have a guy like him to be able to plug in there when you need him?
He's been fantastic, and you know, we have a lot of confidence in him. It's not just the runs, it's the protections, it's catching the ball out of the backfield. He allows us to be versatile.
Well, thanks, Coach. Good luck today.
Thanks now.
Always appreciate Matt Rule taking the time before the game, and he ended there talking about Mike Davis, and you know, no one is more upset for Christian McCaffrey not being able to be out there than Mike Davis. They are very close, and vice versa with Christian and his relationship with Mike Davis. But always excited to watch Mike Davis and the way he runs. Right. We know he's going to be running angry today, as he always does. So until Christian can get back and be healthy, we know that Mike Davis is holding down the fort.
Yeah, he's done a great job when the time that we've said you have to start and play the whole game. I thought he did a good job of coming in and out between when Christian had his times. But at the end of the day, when he is running the ball for the whole game, there's a reason why he is second in the league with broken tackles, and he hasn't even played every single game this season.
Wow.
So it's going to be impressive. And I know when you know that you're the starter and you know that you have to carry the load, your mindset's different. I know he already wakes up angry, as you told me, Kristen. But this time I know for a fact he will come out as an angry runner.
Yes, he will. And just to clarify, the nicest guy off the field, smiling, always having a good time, but he wakes up angry on game day. There's no doubt about it. All right, let's take a look at the inactives for both teams. We'll start with Tampa Bay. Small list. Marpet, notable, he is out for the second straight game as he tries to clear concussion protocol. So those are the inactives for Tampa Bay. Here are the inactives for the Panthers. You know, I think the big names that we knew about ahead of time. So we knew on Friday that Christian McCaffrey and Russell Okung would not be playing in this game today. Will Greer is inactive, which means that P.J. Walker is the backup for this game. Last time here at home on Thursday night, he actually had to go in for a few plays when Teddy took a shot to the neck. So nice to see that they have the confidence in him for that role as well. So those are your Panthers inactives. And like I said, you know, the big ones we knew ahead.
Yeah, again, I mean, you can't go over enough or say enough how much this team needs Christian McCaffrey to be at his healthiest and to be able to play. But it's a good thing you have Mike Davis. You have a good, and then Curtis Samuel has been a great change up of speed as a running back. But now my big question is the offensive line. We're missing a few big guys. Obviously, Russell Okung, who's a big left tackle. He's the blind side. So I'm interested to see how this offensive line does, because this is a hungry defense that they're playing. So we'll see how they boat up, and I hope they can stay stout and communicate and give Teddy the time to be able to throw enough.
Yeah, Russell Okung also out for last week's game, and we saw a rotation of 3 different guys, and I thought they did well. Yeah. We'll see if that continues here today. All right, it is time for a giveaway. Very exciting stuff. So one lucky person who is watching on Twitter, all you got to do is just keep watching, and you could win a pair of exclusive Bud Light branded Ray-Bans and a Teddy Bridgewater jersey. You got to be 21 or older to win, but if you are, all you got to do is keep watching on Twitter, and we will announce the winner at the end of the show. And speaking of Teddy Bridgewater, I think we got some eyes on him out on the field. There he is getting ready. You could win his jersey. We're going to let him take us to break, and we will be back shortly.
Charlotte, North Carolina will be MLS team number 30.
Charlotte awarded the 30th franchise. This is a big moment. This is huge.
This is going to tie this city together. It's going to be New Charlotte. We're going to have one big party every day. You ready to party?
Able to get a cross off with the ball!
I'm Erin Clark, and I am a program coordinator at Bright Blessings. I'm able to help families and children in the Charlotte area celebrate birthdays and brand new babies and help introduce a little bit of normal. It's unfortunate that there are that many families in need in our area, but it's a wonderful thing to be in a position to be able to help. There are so many families who find themselves in a place right now where no one dreamed we would be, and so bringing people together to help support members of our community is really what Bright Blessings is all about. I think what I'm proudest of is really what makes me feel the most humble, and that's when children begin to smile and laugh. So often they're children from very different backgrounds, but they don't see that when we just get together to celebrate and have a party. That is something that is so central to childhood, is being celebrated on your birthday. It helps people from our volunteers who are there to help to the people we are able to help have something in common. And it's those moments that I think are just beautiful.
Welcome back to Panthers Pregame Live, presented by Bud Light.
Welcome back, Kristen Balboni and Kurt Coleman here, getting you ready for the game. Today is the Panthers Salute to Service game, and it is presented by Lowe's. We are so proud to have active duty and veterans here with us today for the Salute to Service, and hopefully watching at home for all of you who can't be here. Kurt, so it's a wonderful day. It is game day. Salute to Service is always very special. And of course, you got the Bucs coming to town. Panthers wanting revenge from that week 2 loss. But as we've been saying all show, no Christian McCaffrey. And as you just pointed out, no Russell Okung for the second straight game. But this team is aware of that. This is something they've had to deal with before. So they said, Kurt, it is all about the next men up mentality. Take a listen.
Not having Tutu out there, man, is definitely, you want him out there because, I mean, obviously he's a great running back, but we had other guys step up. Mike D stepped up. Reggie Bonifant stepped up before he got hurt. It's the next man up mentality. But of course we would like to have Tutu out there. But like I said, it's next man up, and we just have to rally together.
We've battled a lot of different injuries coming out of games this year, and we've just kind of, every time it's happened, we've just moved forward, try to take care of the guy who's hurt, and move forward with the other guys. I think the mentality that we're trying to build is that, we move forward. It's what's next. Doesn't mean we don't love the guy that's hurt. It just means that, the next guy steps up, it's his opportunity, and we move forward. So I think that's the approach the team takes. We all have a ton of faith in Mike, Reggie, and Trenton, and we're going to go play.
The ball is going to get spread around because as you see, Curtis is making plays, Robbie is making plays, Christian was making plays. Like throughout it, we got a whole bunch of playmakers that's just going to get the ball and not just one person.
Guys are just playing football. And, that entire receiver room, those guys are just feeding off of each other's energy. Each week, different guys are making plays. 1 week you might see DJ going up, making a catch 40 yards, 50 yards down the field. The next week you might see Robbie running a 6-yard route and getting 20 yards. Curtis making a big play on third down. So, that entire room, those guys just look forward to each day that they get to come to work and lock in on the installs, the game plans, and they get excited when they see that the number's going to be called.
Yeah, I mean, it is that next man up mentality. And, we saw DJ Moore talking, and it's clear how excited he is for Curtis Samuel and Robbie and Mike Davis and vice versa for all of them as well. But there has been a little bit of chatter about his lack of targets over the last couple of weeks. Matt Rule spoke about it earlier, and he said, look, it's situational. He said, look, if this continues to go on, then maybe we need to worry about it. But no one on this team seems concerned about that. It doesn't seem concerning to me. What do you think?
Absolutely not. And I think the great thing about it is all the guys have bought into that mantra of it doesn't matter who is excelling week to week because everyone is getting their feed. Mm-hmm. And it's just all about, seriously, the game and what the game presents. Last week, Curtis Samuel had career highs, 9 receptions, over 100 yards receiving. But then the week before, you had DJ had over 100 yards receiving. I mean, DJ for the season has 640 yards receiving. I mean, he is on pace to eclipse another 1,000-yard season. He is on pace And he's already passed all the records to date as far as a third-year player in Panthers history. He's doing some phenomenal things for this offense. And the great thing is, if one guy is getting focused on, that means it's opening up the avenue for other guys. So everyone's going to get their time and get their touches. You just got to play game by game. Do
you think we'll see more of Curtis Samuel? Mentioned he had some career highs last week. Do you think we'll see more of him in the running game? We've seen glimpses of that, but with Christian McCaffrey out?
I think you definitely need to continue to supplement Curtis Samuel within this offense, do it in a lot of different ways. Obviously, Mike Davis, I love the way he runs the football, and he wears down defenses. And then you bring Curtis Samuel in, and he's such a great change-up pace to it. But again, it's all about what the Tampa Bay Bucs defense is going to allow. I think you have to be able to get these guys out in space, and what we saw is this. The Saints were successful because Drew Brees hit 11 different wide receivers and running backs. And so when you can just spread the ball around and they don't know where you're going, they can't focus on one particular player, and that's how I think this Panthers offense is going to be able to be successful.
Teddy Bridgewater, certainly plenty of weapons. We'll see if he takes Kurt's advice in this game against Tampa Bay. We are getting closer and closer. You see the countdown clock just over an hour away. We're going to take a short break, but we'll leave you with some footage of Joey Sly warming up live right now. Might be preparing for one of those long field goals.
You never know when you're going to need him, and he's been a strong player for the season.
Yes, he has, and did some great stuff involved with Salute to Service that we're going to share with you in just a little while. We'll be back after this. Hey fans, sign up for a Panthers at-home membership presented by Coca-Cola. December membership sales end tomorrow. For $65, members receive weekly sessions with Panthers legends, a membership kit with exclusive goodies, and so much more. Check out panthers.com/membership to join today or to buy a membership as a holiday gift.
Welcome back to Panthers Pregame Live, presented by Bud Light.
Back here on Panthers Pregame Live. I loved getting to see the fans do the Timo spike. Taylor Moton is the designated spiker anytime someone scores a touchdown. What did you think of how the fans did?
Well, I love the fans. The fans are great. Taylor, I hope you don't pull your hamstring lifting your leg up that high anymore. But no, I love that the fans are getting involved on it, and it's a great way to celebrate. I mean, anytime we get touchdowns, it's a big time to celebrate.
And I love that, yes, and I love the whole mantra behind it, which is that this is a team thing. In training camp, the guys weren't spiking the ball when they would score a touchdown, so they said, all right, well, we're going to give it to an offensive lineman. Very, very cool to get to see that with every touchdown. Hopefully we'll see plenty of Timo spikes here today. Take a look at these fans getting ready for the game. If you use the hashtag Panthers fans, you can see your picture right here or in the stadium, courtesy of Bank of America. So remember to use that hashtag Panthers fans. Speaking of the fans, I want to give a shout out to our virtual fan room. We absolutely love them. You said they were telling you to get. We need more love for the virtual fan room. There they are. I got to say, everyone always brings it, but look at Lindsay. I believe her name is Lindsay. I'm looking from far away with that hair, that hat that she's got on. It is amazing. It's the Panthers. Look at that. It's got some feathers on the top. Everybody does not mess around when they come to the virtual fan room.
I want to be a part of this. This is awesome. Hey, you can hit Kristen up. You can hit me up on Instagram. Let's get more involvement. I love the Panther fans.
We got a dog down there. I was going to say a plug,
we got another baby being baptized.
Oh, it's the best. It's absolutely the best. Of course, we wish you guys were here with us in person, but we are grateful that you join us for this show. Yes. Love it, love it, love it. All right, let's talk some defense, Kurt. We've gone long enough. I've gone long enough with Kurt Coleman standing beside me and not asking him about defense. Some good news for the Panthers. They get Justin Burris back. He was on IR for the last 3 weeks with a rib issue. Jeremy Chin is also expected to play in this game. He had a swollen knee in the last game, which prevented him from playing. But Kurt, at the heart of everything is that in the last 3 games, the Panthers have only forced 2 punts. So when you and I call the game, what do you see?
Well, I think what we are seeing is the same thing everyone else is seeing. The defense is playing hard. You don't ever question their effort. You don't question if they're being selfless. Yes, they are, but they're not getting pressure up front. So they're not creating those third and long situations. And the times that they have created the third and long, you've bailed out by a penalty or they've given up a big play. And it's complementary football when you talk about this. So it's coming down to this. Guys just executing and straining that one more step. You need the defensive line. They have 9 sacks this season. That is tied for 30th in the league. That is unacceptable. And I understand that you're missing a KK Short. You've had guys in and out of the lineups between injuries. But we can't make excuses for each other. We just have to get it done. And then on the back end, we're talking about locking guys down. They have a big test today. But you are limiting guys, and you have to stop the bleeding is what we call it. And so, look, when you get them in third downs, that is a win down. That has to be a money down, and that's a mindset. So Dante, and then you're going to have Rasul Douglas, Trey Boston. Now we got Justin Burris back in the lineup. And then Jeremy Chin, I think, is going to be a huge piece of this because Rob Gronkowski is a big weapon for them, and he's come alive. So he has to be able to step up, man up against Rob, and figure out, hey, we can shut these guys down. And I keep coming back to last week because the Saints have a blueprint against Tampa Bay. They know how to shut them down offensively and defensively. And defensively, they did a great job against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. And the Panthers say, look, we have the pieces. We have to play like that, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Like you said, a great blueprint with that Bucs, and it was an embarrassing loss for them and that offense. To the Saints last week, certainly the Panthers have studied that tape. But the Panthers are also well aware that last week's loss aside, Bucs are a potent offense. Tom Brady has the weapons. They've added Antonio Brown into the mix, so he has plenty of weapons, and he knows how to use them. Take a listen to what they said.
They're just really good. I mean, they can run the football, and I think he's thrown for 370 twice this year. And this, they're as loaded with weapons now as they've ever been.
And they've got a nice receiving crew and good tight ends. And their backs are their second leading receivers. So they've got a lot of weapons to throw to, and Tom uses them.
His ability to be able to get the ball out of his hand. He's a guy that's done this for a long time. I grew up watching Tom Brady, so I mean, he's been in the league way longer than I have. So it's one of those things where you just gotta get over the shock factor that it's Tom Brady, and you gotta be able to do your job.
Derek Brown, I talked to him in week 2 when they were going down to Tampa in that first game against the Bucs this season. And we were talking about the fact, as he just said there, Tom Brady's first year in the league was 2000. Derek Brown was 2. So was Jeremy Chin. They were born in 1998, which just makes me feel old.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
But Derek said something to me at that time. Doesn't make any sense. He said, look, you leave being starstruck at the door. If you want, you go over and say hello at the end of the game. But, we come here to win.
Right.
And I know that he and the rest of that defense certainly want that second crack at Tom Brady and this offense. When you were facing a team for the second time, we saw the Panthers, they've now faced Atlanta twice. This will be their second matchup with Tampa. What are the advantages and disadvantages?
I think that the clear advantages are this. They know what this Tampa Bay offense looks like. They know who their playmakers are. They know what makes them successful and what makes them go. Again, you know their weaknesses now because you've seen it over a 9-week stretch of what this team looks like. You have to get pressure on Tom Brady. That is the number one thing. But then it's eliminating his big trees is what I would call them. Rob Gronkowski, Mike Evans. Big trees. They're tall wide receivers, and obviously Rob Gronkowski, he's like a robot out there. He looks really good, and he's starting to get into form of what his old self looked like in New England. But it's eliminating him. And when you can get pressure on Tom, make him throw the ball before he's ready to, and then you stop those guys. I mean, Marshawn Lattimore did a great job against Mike Evans, and he's done that for years now. It's that type of mentality. You have to be physical with these guys. Do not let them get off the line. And they're going to cry. They're going to complain. But that's okay. It's going to be a long 60 minutes for you guys. But that's the mindset. And Tom Brady, he's a big name. He really is. But if Derek Brown goes in the mindset, I don't care who that is on that other side. I got to get to quarterback 1. And then if you do that and the whole team's thinking like that, they will be successful. Yeah,
looking forward to this rematch here today. We're going to take a short timeout. There's Robbie Anderson. Oh, my gosh, look at that shirt, Kurt. That's amazing. You know that you're good when you can wear a shirt of yourself.
It's pretty sweet, though. I gotta get one of those.
I want one too. Yeah. Absolutely. We have got Robbie and the rest of the team at pregame warmups coming up in just a few minutes. We will be back after this.
Happy game day. I'm meteorologist Christine Rabb. Not the brightest of days for the Panthers, but we are keeping the chance of a few scattered showers around during the afternoon. I do think it'll stick around throughout the game with temperatures in the 60s and 70s and breezy conditions this afternoon. Hey, things get a lot easier as we head through the rest of your week. Monday through Saturday, we're tracking plenty of sunshine, no chance of rain. And looking ahead to next weekend, I will preview Sunday's next Panthers home game. Looking pretty good with seasonal temperatures in the 60s.
I'm Lieutenant Colonel Wilson, Sergeant Major Weller, Lance Corporal Duell, Lance Corporal Rollins from Flying Nightmares at Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort, South Carolina. Happy 245th birthday, Marines. Go Panthers, keep pounding. Corporal Greer, out here at Camp Lejeune. Go Panthers, keep pounding.
Hey, it's Captain Boggs, Marine Corps Air Station New River. Go Panthers, keep pounding.
I'm Derek Brown from the Carolina Panthers, defensive tackle. Keep pounding.
Curtis Samuel getting in the zone, getting hyped up as he always does. He claims to be the best dancer on the team. I told him Brian Burns has an issue with that, and he said, oh, okay. They got into that at their locker rooms the other day. But, you know, want to go back to what we just saw, our incredible servicemen and women. We got the USAA coin that will be used for the coin toss, the one that Derek Brown had, the one that you've got right now.
That is awesome.
There it is. We were lucky enough to have it on set. Kurt, are you a heads or a tails guy?
Well, I got the number 20 on this one, so whatever side this is, I'm calling number 20. Right there. I don't know if it's heads or tails, but I'm going to look at the ref and say, I want that side.
I love that. And again, as we've been saying, we want to say you just go up there if you were the team captain for the game. You just go up there like, I want this one.
Yeah,
I don't know what it's called, but I want this one.
They'll let you look at it. Make sure it's not counterfeit.
Very cool USAA coin, and it was great to see our service members in that video. And Derek Brown, his dad, is a longtime Air Force veteran. So today's Salute to Service game means a lot to so many people, including the both of us. We both have family who has served. So we are, looking forward to honoring our military here today. And Kurt, I got to do something earlier this week, which was really great. Salute to Service is not just a game, it's not just a week, it's really all year long when it comes to the Panthers. But earlier this week, I got to be involved in an event with Joey Sly, where the Panthers honored 3 World War II veterans in honor of the 75th anniversary of World War II. They were 3 amazing men. And Joey surprised them at the end of the meet and greet by telling them that their names will be on the game ball, and they're each getting a copy. So their names have been etched into the game ball. We're going to take a look at this. It was a really moving moment.
First, also, too, I want to say a happy belated Veterans Day to you guys. I appreciate everything you guys have done for our country, the sacrifices you all have made. Salute to service to me. My dad served in the Air Force for 21 years, is retired military. My uncle and cousin both served in the military, as well as my grandparents both served in the military as well. So I've grown up in moving from base to base, met hundreds of service members, and I understand the sacrifices that you guys have made for our country, and as well as your family have made for our country as well, and the support that they give you. So we're forever grateful for the work that you guys have done. The battles that you guys have been through is amazing. On behalf of the Panthers and everyone associated with the Panthers organization, we wanted to say thank you guys in one of the best ways that we can. So we would like to honor this Sunday. We're going to have a ball with all 3 of your guys' names on it. It's going to be a game ball, as well as we're going to ship you guys all a personalized ball as well with your information on it as well, that you guys can save as a memento from us, just to say thank you. Like I said, with the service that you guys have given our country and everything that you guys have given us, the liberties that we have in this country, we can't say thank you enough.
We appreciate the fact that the Panthers, in partnership with Lowe's, the USO, made that happen. There's Joey right there getting warmed up. And Kurt, like I said, got to be a part of that event, and it affected the both of us. It affected me and Joey. It was really incredible to hear their stories. One of the gentlemen there Roy Breen survived Pearl Harbor. We got to hear about that and his experiences. Another one of the gentlemen, John Thompson, 95 years young, Kurt, he's going to be doing the national anthem today.
Is he? Oh, man.
Isn't that incredible?
I have so much respect for all the men and women, but, you know, to hear those stories and the men that came before us. And I know my daughter, she loves reading about history and learning about the wars and what it all took. And actually, she's doing a report this week in school about Pearl Harbor. And so just to hear some of those things, I mean, I think I got to get her on this because honestly, right now, I kind of have chills. Just you think about that, and you don't ever want to let history go unremembered. You want to remember those that fought for us, why it happened. And I'm just thankful. I'm thankful when we get to really show them our gratitude.
Yeah, I feel the same way you do. And you said in the piece, you said, oh, my daughter would absolutely love this. Maybe we can find a way to get her and to chat with Roy Breen, because that story of surviving World War II is something, and Pearl Harbor is something that will never leave me. So thank you to those three gentlemen, Harry Fear, Roy Breen, and John Thompson, and all of our veterans for your service. We are going to take a short time out here in just a moment as we see DJ Moore warming up. We have got warm-ups coming your way right before the game. The only place that you will see them is right here on Panthers Pregame Live. We'll be back after this. Fans, be sure to freshen up your closet with a selection of new Panthers gear. The 2020 official Salute to Service collection is now available. Visit shop.panthers.com today. Kristen Balboni here with a very special guest. Amanda is our Keep Pounding Kid for this week's game from Atrium Health Levine Children's Hospital. Amanda, thank you so much for talking to me, and thank you for being our Keep Pounding Kid this week.
Thank you for having me.
Excited. I'm excited. I have been so excited to meet you all week. Everyone at LCH, everyone at Atrium, and everyone on our side has told me so many incredible things. I've already talked your ear off for about 10 minutes before we started recording. And I am just so honored, along with everyone else at the Panthers, to have you representing us for this game this week.
It means a lot. Thank you.
It means a lot to us because you were nominated for a reason by LCH. And so I just thrilled. All right, first and foremost, I told you I was going to ask you this right off the bat. You have a little questionnaire that you fill out, and you listed your favorite artist as Taylor Swift. And so I was like, okay, I got to ask you about Taylor Swift because I love Taylor Swift. But I think I'm like a weirdo super fan about it. And you're like, yeah, I like her. I like the 1989. But is that your favorite album?
Out of all her albums, probably, yeah. Those are the most like hit songs. I like her older songs more.
So how long have you been a Panthers fan, and do you have a favorite Panthers memory?
I've probably been a Panthers fan since I moved here in 5th grade. And my favorite memory was actually in 5th grade when they went to the Super Bowl, because the whole school, like in 5th grade, we were all like wearing all the gear and throwing on these awesome like parties like every day, like that week. And it was just really fun.
You mentioned your sister, and you have some good news with Lydia, your sister, who's 14, Sugar Plum's mom, that she is a match for you with bone marrow.
Yes. There's only like a 25% chance for for anyone, but mainly siblings, only a 25% chance that she would be a match. And she is a match. She's a 10 out of 10 match, which is perfect match, which works. It's the closest you want, because otherwise they have to do it with like a random person somewhere, and then they don't know when to like get it. And it has the best chance of working. So it's really exciting that it worked out.
So much good news for you lately. Yeah. And we here at the Panthers are so excited for you. Thank you this morning, when you got so much going on, to sit down with us and talk to us about why you were chosen to be our Keep Pounding Kid this week.
Thank you for having me. It's a big honor.
Yeah, thank you for representing us. We appreciate it so much.
Welcome back to Panthers Pregame Live, presented by Bud Light.
Back here on Panthers Pregame Live, presented by Bud Light. Kristen Balboni here with former Panther Kurt Coleman. And Kurt, we're getting closer and closer. That game day clock is ticking down, and there's nothing like a game day. It's the smell, the excitement. I don't know why I'm telling you this. You know this better than anybody. But you know, if it's game time, there is a Bud Light there. Kurt, what's that like as a player? Just right now, you're an hour in.
You're talking about the smells. I smell smelling salts before the game. You're smelling hot dogs, but I mean, I guess we do smell the same different things during the game time. But it's just you're zeroing in. I mean, they're going to finish everything up in about the next 15 minutes, and then it's the last calm before the storm.
Yeah.
And
And I appreciate how loose the Panthers keep everything beforehand. And that guy right there, Teddy Bridgewater, our quarterback, is a perfect example of that, Kurt. No matter, if he's coming off a win or coming off a loss, or if whatever it is, he is having a good time. Yeah. He's talking to everyone. The moment has never seemed too big for him. And Kurt, I believe he's your Bud Light Spotlight player.
Without a doubt is. I'm looking for Teddy to have an outstanding performance today. And he's going to have to in order to lead this Panthers offense to a win. But also, when you look at about what he did last time they played, he was 33 for 42 with 2 interceptions. He had a 44.6 rating. And that's just not good enough. And I know he would say it himself, that just was not good enough. Last week, what we saw against the defending Super Bowl champs, he was 36 for 49, two touchdowns, and 103 passer rating. That is the performance that you need out of Teddy Bridgewater. That's the performance that you need out of your spotlight guy, your star quarterback, and he's going to have a similar game like that today.
I heard him talking earlier this week, Kurt, and you may have heard this as well. He was asked, as we see Curtis Samuel there, and we'll get to him in just a minute, but Teddy was asked about the difference between this team in week 2, and you just read those numbers, and this team now as they face the Tampa Bay Bucs again. And he said, if you watch the tape, you see these little things. A guy would get tackled and no one would come and help him up. He said, we are completely different than that now. We play for each other. If you remember, Kurt, they started the season 0-2, and that's when they had that players meeting, which was the idea was formed by Rasul Douglas to share their stories. And that kicked off the 3-game winning streak right after that. And he said, you can see it in the way that we play for each other. And so those numbers that you've read week 2 versus last week, I think they're definitely trending in the direction of the team that we saw last week.
And this is what you look for. There's a reason why he is embraced by this team, this city, the culture. But you're looking at those big guys right there. Those guys are going to keep him well protected, keep him safe in that pocket, and they're going to have to. But it's all about everyone playing together on one accord. I mean, we showed Curtis Samuel up there, and what I want to read about Curtis is, I mean, out of his 43 targets, he's caught the ball 38 times. 367 yards total receiving, but then he has 104 yards rushing. I mean, he is the total package when you talk about who is that X factor within your offense. You have your Robbie Andersons, you have your DJ Moores, but then Curtis Samuel, he brings so much to the table. And on third down, those crucial downs, I keep calling them the money downs, he is coming up big, second in the league in receptions on third down. I mean, there is a reason why this offense has really kind of taken off, because Curtis is getting his touches, but he's really opened up the gateway for a lot of different guys.
You said before that he should change his number to 3 because he is Mr. Third Down. As we take a look at him here on Pregame Warmups presented by Morris Jenkins. What is that? You talked about that being the money down, and certainly he does a lot more than just convert on third down, but his third down numbers are incredible. Is there a different mindset to a third down, or is that just the chemistry between him and Teddy that, when it's third down, they're going to connect and he's going to get you that yardage?
And that's a great question. You look across the board as far as the league and who are their guys. You have your big name guys, but then you think about who is going to move the chains. He may not have the Pro Bowl year per statistics, but he is a key piece to this offense, and that is a Curtis Samuel. Whether it's 3rd and 10, I think on 3rd and 16 2 weeks ago, he caught a big dig coming out of his break. I mean, this guy, he is just doing so much, and he's allowing those other guys to kind of be featured within this offense. But let's not be remiss. I mean, Curtis Samuel is that guy for this offense.
Now look at him, just out there giving everybody the high fives. Love to see all this kind of stuff. We got Mike Davis here. One thing I do want to point out is you can see it with Mike Davis's towel. You can see it with Curtis's shirts. A little windy out there. So fans should know that may become a factor in this game. But Mike Davis, of course, another player, Kurt, that you want to spotlight. because there is no Christian McCaffrey. So Mike Davis, as he's been doing all season, and there's the wind right there, he is going to have to run angry as he's been doing and come up big today for the Panthers as he's done in the past.
Absolutely. And what we've also seen out of Mike Davis, and I guess any running back out of the position, yes, he has to run angry. There's a reason why he's second in the league with broken tackles with 24. I mean, but what he's doing out of the backfield, he's catching the ball. And Teddy knows that he is a reliable, he's a safe security blanket. If he doesn't see anything down the field with DJ or Robbie or even Curtis, he can check the ball down to Mike Davis. And Mike Davis may catch a ball from the -1, but he's going to get positive yards with it, and that's just I guess the comfort and the reliability that Teddy has in Mike Davis. But what Mike Davis has shown, I mean, when he gets the ball, he's making positives out of a lot of nothings, and that's what you got to love about a running back.
Love to see this crossover right here. And Kurt, I believe it was you that said you don't always see this between the offense and the defense. We just saw you had a little handshake with Rasul Douglas right there with Shaq, and I just really love the way this team, I mean, it sounds cheesy to say, but they play for each other.
Yeah, you have to. And I think Coach Rule, we have to give a big kudos to Coach Rule for what he's been able to do in his first year, kind of bring this team together. We didn't know what the pieces would look like. And to be honest, I think a lot of people were not giving them a chance that they had. And they have not only, I think, surpassed a lot of people's expectations, but the great thing about Coach Rule is he's saying, this is not where my expectations are for this team. I expect this team to be right there in the hunt every single game. I expect this team to win these ball games, these tight niche ball games. And that's what he's done. He's brought a culture not just of just trying to win, but bring a family. And when you have a tight-knit culture of family, the wins will come. And he knows that. And he knows the execution of the details. He's just got to keep grinding. And Joe Brady and Coach Snow, they've done a great job of getting those both sides. But, you know, I got to say, those special teams, they've been a big piece of some of these games.
No kidding. We've had a fake punt conversion the last 2 straight weeks. Maybe we'll see some more trickery here today. I know you've just been impressed with Chase Blackburn. But I think we're going to go take a look right now at Derek Brown.
Yep.
He's on your list as well as far as a player to watch. And
Yes.
What do you want to see from him today?
Well,
Kurt?
obviously, when you talk about rookies, and we knew that the Chase Youngs coming into this draft were going to be big, but Derek Brown, I think a lot of people didn't know him outside of his Auburn pedigree. And when he came to Carolina, we were saying, what can this guy do? The first few games, I think he was kind of getting his feet up underneath him. He has been a presence and a force for tackles for losses, quarterback pressures. This week is no different than any other, but he has to be even bigger. I mean, we know that he's a special player, but he has to play more than that. I think the key to success is getting pressure on Tom Brady, getting hands in his face, knocking him down. Well, Derek Brown, big fella, you got to come alive today. You have to be a presence within this defense up in the middle.
I was talking to Zach Kerr, who plays beside him, and I said, what have you seen in him? And he said he's getting stronger, he's getting smarter. We'll see him get double teamed a lot, but it'll be a great measuring stick to see, week 2, when he talks about he was just starting to figure out this game at the NFL level. And Zach Kerr said that, it's such a hard transition in the trenches. Yeah. We'll get to see what he can do against Tom Brady here today. All right, Kurt, here's your guy. You wanted to spotlight Chase Blackburn.
Thank you. Hey, I got to give a big shout out to Mike Bonner. Thank you so much for putting Chase Blackburn. I think we as a special teams, I've been a part of special teams when I played in the NFL for 10 years. Special teams was always a part of me. And Chase Blackburn played 12 years in the NFL. When he came to Carolina, I mean, he was just such a big ball of energy. And what he's been able to do for this special teams, he has literally changed the complexity of the game this year. I mean, these last 2 games, we've had 2 fake punts, to which I don't think anybody expected, but he's helped carry the drive over, which has led to touchdowns. He has kept this offense afloat. He's kept this team moving in the right direction. And there's a reason why this team has been in every single game, and it's because of Chase Blackburn and the special teams that are playing out every single week.
I think you're right. As you said, 2 successful fake punts in the last 2 games. They went for it on 4th down 3 times last week, with one of those fake punts being one of those 4th down conversions. And I think you're so right. Special teams has now become a factor in any situation in a game, and you cannot count the Panthers out on any play, no matter the down and distance.
Absolutely, and we're watching. Do you think they're scheming up another special team?
So.
I feel like between those 2 minds, it's kind of Coach Rule's like, hey Chase, I'm thinking about can we do this at this situation?
What do you
Chase
got in the hopper?
Yeah, what do we have back there?
Another Joe Charlton pass to Brandon Zylstra. We saw Jeremy Chin running it the week before. Who knows? We might see.
Field goal. I'm throwing out an early prediction. Field goal.
All right.
Maybe.
I like it.
A deep field goal. Let's go for a pass.
I like it. There's Brian Burns, Kurt, also someone that you wanted to touch on. You know, just he is so good at what he does. He can get pressure. He's just got the best moves, but it's still not always connecting. And we know that he wants to get home. He wants to tally up those sacks because he's getting that pressure. He's being aggressive, but I know he'd like to get home a couple times against Tom Brady here today.
Oh, absolutely. I'm sure he's licking his chops saying, I want to be able to sack, you know, quote unquote, the GOAT. But what Brian Burns is doing is he's making the quarterbacks get rid of the ball so much faster.
Yeah.
You look at time from the ball is snapped till time that he's getting back to the quarterback, it is about 2.7 seconds. That is fastest out of anybody in the league. And when you know that as a quarterback, you know that ball has to get out super fast. So that's creating so much more mismatches, and it's allowing your defense to play a lot faster. The DBs are saying we don't have to cover as long. I mean, he's creating so many advantages for his defense. Even if he's not getting those sacks, he's creating so much advantage for those guys. So Brian Burns, keep coming off the edge with your spin moves, with your up and unders. I mean, he's got an arsenal of different moves. It's very special to watch him continue to grow as a young player.
We can't see it, but we just saw Tom Brady a second ago. I imagine that look that Brian Burns has on his face right now. He's just looking at Tom Brady across the field.
And Tom's going to try to butter him up. He's going to say, you know, you're looking good over there, Brian. You know, he's going to try to butter him up a little bit. Don't fall for it, Brian.
I don't think that's a man that can be buttered up pregame. Got right here Shaq Thompson and some of his teammates right there. We see Jeremy Chin, Tiger Whitehead, linebackers right there having a quick moment to themselves. And Kurt, what do you want to see from Shaq Thompson here today?
Shaq's been a great. I mean, he's been a part of this team. There's a reason why he's leading the team in tackles. He's been the centerpiece, I think, in my mind, for this defense. Even though he's not making those big splash plays that we're accustomed to seeing out of that Mike, that Will linebacker position, but he's been so consistent for this defense, and he's been so relied upon. He's doing a lot for this defense that just kind of goes unsung. And I appreciate his effort, what he's been able to bring to this defense. What I would love, and I'm praying for, and I'm hoping that, hey, Shaq, Tom's going to hit you with the play action. Just don't fall for the play action. Drop back. The interception's waiting for you. Just be right there, ready to catch it.
I had a quick question for you since we're looking at. Oh, go ahead.
No.
Tell me. What'd
I saw
you see?
Tom smiling. I just have a feeling he's just. I'm telling you, he's trying to butter that team up on the other side.
Yeah, I have a quick question for you. So the Bucs team plane got delayed on the tarmac by about 7 hours. They didn't get here until about midnight to their hotel in Charlotte. Is that something that we should say, okay, maybe they'll come out a little sluggish, or is everyone at this level ready to go? Because that's been a big point today.
And I think it's a good talking point, but that's all it is. I think as a player, you are going to be ready to play. I mean, I know a lot of those guys probably were going to stay up that late anyway, had their team plane got in it on time. I don't think that's an excuse. I think for the veterans, they know that, look, this is such an important game coming off of the loss to the Saints. Now you're not owning the division. So now they're saying, look, we have a tough road in these next few games. This is a must-win for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So I don't think the mindset is going to change for them, whether they had a 7-hour delay or they got in here on time. They know that they got to come out and play their best because this Carolina Panthers team, they are ready to go every single week.
Well, we see Matt Paradis there, the center. We just saw Trey Boston. He's got Justin Burris back there with him, who has been activated off of IR. What do you need from Trey here today?
Trey's got to continue to be that energy bus that's driving that defense, but he's also
energy bus. I like
he's
that.
He's the energy bus. Everyone hops on board the Trey train.
That's awesome.
And here's the thing with Trey. Now he knows. Even though Sam Franklin actually had a really good game last week, he knows he's got Justin Burris where he doesn't have to coach so much on the field. And as a player, when you don't have to coach so much on the field, you can focus on yourself a little bit more, and which allows you to make a little bit more plays. And Trey's been actually a really good player against Tom Brady, so I'm excited to see what Trey can do against them. Well,
I'm excited to see this guy back, Justin Burris. I thought he was having just a very solid season for the Panthers, a good veteran presence back there. He had that big interception against Atlanta, which went a long way toward the Panthers winning that game. And then it's just you hate to see it when any player sustains an injury. He hurt his ribs in the Bears game, spent 3 weeks on IR, and now he is back, and I know that Panthers D is happy to have him back.
Absolutely. He's going to be a big piece of just having that consistency. We call that chemistry to playing the game of football, so I know they're happy to have him back as well.
Congratulations to Jose Rodriguez from Graham, North Carolina. He is the winner of our Bud Light giveaway. You won a pair of Bud Light branded Ray-Bans and a Teddy Bridgewater jersey. All right, we are wrapping things up as we get closer and closer to the game. Just want to say thank you so much for watching. Thanks to our virtual fan room. For Kurt Coleman, I am Kristen Balboni, and we got to send it now to this week's Keep Pounding drummer, who's going to get us ready and close things out. Over to you.
It's time for our Atrium Health Keep Pounding drummer. Please welcome retired Brigadier General Victor Petrenko. A veteran of 31 years, he's been deployed all over the globe, including over 5 years in combat. Just a small sample of his decorations include 3 Bronze Stars, the French Military Cross with Silver Star, and Defense Bronze Medal awarded by the Polish government. Now, following his military career, Victor enjoys his time with his family and heavily volunteering in his community. Victor, you know what time it is. Victor, we thank you for your service to our country. Keep pounding.